I think it's been great, man. It's been a great experience. It's been obviously it was different from like mandatory minicamp and OTAs. Just kind of like the tempo and the juice. Like obviously we're nearing season, so there's kind of like a lot more energy on the field. But it's been a lot of fun. I've just been having fun with my brothers out there. So.
What do you think the biggest difference is between training camp in NFL compared to fall camp in college?
I'd honestly say it's quite similar. Just in terms of like the long days. Obviously you get in the building pretty early, and then you're not leaving till late at night. Multiple meetings a day. You kind of just trying to take care of your body around the clock, trying to hone in on the playbook and stuff like that. So I really say it's pretty similar in terms of the scheduling. Obviously, in terms of being on the field in the competition is obviously a little bit elevated, but pretty similar to be honest. Yeah.
How eager are you to get pads on Monday?
Say it again?
How eager are you to get pads on Monday?
Oh man, I'm excited, man. It's been a while. Obviously, the last time I played in full pads was probably like January, so it's always going to be an exciting time. A little bit of nerves, but just good overall. So.
How would you describe your battles with Membou?
Oh man, Membou, man, he's a really good player, man. Great feet, low center of gravity, man. He's strong, extremely strong, like ridiculously strong. So man, he's been getting me better, and I hope I've been getting him better. But yeah, he's been a great person to, work on my skill set, challenge me on the field. So.
What's been the biggest adjustment? You guys joke a lot with each other? Or
say that again?
You guys talk to each other?
A little bit here and there. I say we both pretty pretty taciturn people, but I say obviously it's football, so like naturally sometimes we get into it, but nah.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you to the NFL?
That's a good question actually. It's weird though, because I think it's a good question, but it's weird because like last year at Tech, I feel like I kind of started like my journey as a pro a little bit early, just in terms of the way I approached the game, the way I was taking care of my body, the way I was approaching the playbook and learning football. So obviously now I got Coach Dunbar and Duker elevating my game in terms of my football IQ a little bit more, but. I feel like I took that step at Texas Tech to operate and to function like a pro. So I'd say the transition really hasn't been too difficult or too different. But again, I'm playing against the best in the world, so it's a little bit different in that regard.
Someone encouraged you to do that last year, or did you do that?
Yeah, I think my people, my staff at Texas Tech encouraged me, and then also kind of it was just also like a personal thing in terms of it being my last year and me wanting to put something that I was proud of on tape. Like I knew that I had to operate and function differently than I had in the past. So.
How would you describe the feeling of getting a sack? Like what does that feel like for you?
Bro, is this the best feeling in the world? That's really why. I play football for a lot of reasons. I can go on why I love football, but yeah, getting a sack that's it's literally probably the best feeling in the world. So it's like nothing else. So.
What's it like to be in a game like when you have like 2 or 3 sacks in a game and you're just? You did have some of those games last year.
Yeah, it's just like it kind of sometimes it feels like you enter in like kind of a little bit of a flow state and like everything's just falling. And obviously like when I get a sack, it's usually because like my D line is doing well or my linebackers are operating well in the secondary and the DBs are also covering well. So it's a team effort, but like when you get those games, it's a feel good feeling and it's just kind of like just ultimately like satisfactory. So.
What's your personal goals for this year?
Personal goals, people ask me that. I actually really haven't really set any personal goal. Obviously, like we kind of have like the general defensive rookie of the year, But like for me, I try to take it day by day. My main thing is getting in and setting a routine that's going to allow me to get better over the course of training camp and throughout the season. So that's what I've been focused on. I've been focused on making sure that I know the playbook to the best of my ability, putting my body in the best position possible. And then I feel like once you do certain things, once you take care of certain measures, like everything else is going to follow. The accolades will follow, the accomplishments, the success will follow, like on a personal level and also on a team level. So,
as a very high pick, do you feel pressure to come in and do something special?
I wouldn't necessarily say I feel like pressure. It's in the back of your mind. Like, you're the number 2 pick. There's high expectations just from the fans and also from teammates and the staff and everything. But I try to not let that get to me. I try to say really nothing has changed, honestly. In terms of if I want to be the best, I got certain things that I need to do. Again, that comes back to getting the playbook, taking care of my body, studying film, studying other pass rushers that I want to emulate my game after, and just taking care of the things that I can control. So.
Take a few more.
What do you study? You said pass rushers.
Oh man, I love watching Aiden Hutchinson. I love watching. Von Miller is kind of the first pass rusher that I ever really studied his game. I studied a little bit of Myles Garrett. We have a bunch of cut-ups on different pass rushers that have been that performed well in the past. But those are just kind of some of my favorite that I've turned on and kind of try to emulate my game after. So.
Do you try to match body type when you're playing with those students?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Von Miller, probably about 6'2", 245 to maybe 250. So definitely kind of fit his body frame. But then obviously, when it comes to pass rushing, everybody has their own game. So, even though I'm trying to emulate the game of Aiden Hutchinson, try to emulate the game of Von Miller, I realize that, I have my own personal game. So it's kind of it's a process in selecting what you think that you can add to your bag, but then also maybe make certain tweaks on in terms of how you're going to run it on the field. So, yeah.
One more here.
What kind of impact do you think you can make as a rookie?
Obviously they selected me for my pass rushing ability, but also, I just want to be able to, bring a lot of energy to the team. Being kind of a younger guy, I feel like it's my responsibility to bring a lot of juice, to also, rely on the understanding of the older guys and just being there and helping them in any way possible. So.
I feel really good. It's getting back out there, running around. It's really just getting my legs back under myself where, I missed some time, but no, I'm feeling really good. I already feel better than last season, which is good, so yeah.
How frustrating was it having to sit those practices out in the spring?
Yeah, it's when you first get here, you're excited to get going, you kind of get held back, but no, everyone really, has been helping me out, plays or whatever I need to be, so no, it's been good.
They talked about just having you try not to overload you with things as far as responsibilities and all that. How do you feel about just, taking some of that stuff on offensively?
Yeah, it's nice. It's they're trusting me. I got to earn that trust still, so just going out there and knowing what to do is a big part of it. So like I said, they want me to be in different positions, so it's just about me going and proving that I can handle that load.
You're still wanting to get your legs under you, but it seems like your speed is something that has already stood out. So can you get faster than what you already are right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I'm still getting to that point. I feel great. It's really just getting that football movement back that, I've missed the past couple months. But no, there's definitely still another level to get to.
What's been the biggest surprise since you've been a pro?
Good question. Honestly, I would just say how helpful and how much resourceful the guys have been on the team. Since they've been out, whether it's the tight end room, the receiver room, the quarterbacks. They've all been great of helping me out. I thought it was gonna be a bit more kind of get your own and go about your business. But no, the locker room has been really great.
Along those lines, what's it been like with Mason? What's it been like kind of teaming with him and being with him?
Yeah, no, he's the real deal. I'm trying to learn from him and see what he does. He does a great job, wherever he's at in the offense, and I think it'll be really cool when they can mix and match all the tight ends together. It's going to be pretty fun.
Who are some of the guys in the locker room you have been leaning on the most?
Can we say that one more time?
Who are some of the guys in the locker room you have been leaning on the most?
Yeah, really, Jelani, he's been helping me out a lot because he was, down for a second too. So he was, kind of giving me the rundown of how to do this or how to do that. And, the whole tight end room, really anyone that I need help from has been amazing.
The conversation's been like between you and Frank Reich and just kind of getting to know him as a play caller and a coach and things like that.
Right. He's just commanding the offense right now. So just getting a feel for everything, just gaining his trust, I think, is huge. So just continuing to go out there and, make a mistake, don't make it again, those things, and just being, like I said, just a trustful guy.
Omar Cooper talked about you two just staying together, being roommates, and also learning the offense too. What are those conversations been like between you two?
Yeah. Pretty similar personalities. We would, like I said, we were roommates. We would just hang out. We would kind of just chill, go in our room, play games. It was we were very similar, and he's done a great job of grasping the offense. It's nice to have someone to kind of go through the process with and stuff like that. We go back and forth all the time about where we played college at and stuff, but it's good.
What's it been like working with Gino? Kind of what are some of the things you've been learning from him?
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy going on year 14. So just like when I'm watching film on my own, I can tell the little subtle things that he does that are, pro, best of the best mentality. But no, it's awesome. The more and more reps I get with him, just build that trust. Like I said, keep going on that, and just him being able to count on me and count on the guys in the room.
You grew up in a small town, obviously. What's it been like coming to New York? And have you had a chance to get into the city much? And is it what you thought it would be, or how?
Yeah, it's definitely a little different. But no, it's good. I really like being here in Jersey, but having the ability to go to the city still. No, it's a really nice dynamic, so I've really enjoyed it.
What's been the most challenging adjustment to the NFL?
Yeah, coming in and getting surgery right off the bat, that was not easy, but got through that. So now it's just playing catch-up game with everyone. They've been running the offense for a bit longer than I have, so it's just getting in there, like I said, just getting trust, getting to know guys more when you're on the field. So it's just, like I said, that's definitely been the hardest part.
Was the surgery something you knew you were going to have at some point and put off, or was it a kind of surprise?
Yeah, I mean, I won't go into details or anything, but it was kind of just like we kind of knew or we didn't know. We're kind of seeing what needed to happen, and then it got to a point where it was just like, let's just knock it out. And the Jets staff, I mean, they've been amazing throughout my rehab process, and they're just like coaches, trainers, everyone has been awesome.